Even if you haven't played the World Quizzing Championships before, there are a few things that you can do to maximise your chances of doing well. So here are a few priorities for how you can go about preparing. Don't study things about your own country. By that, I mean, don't try and learn new things about your own country. The chances are that the questions about your country will be surface level for you, but potentially difficult for people from other countries. You don't have time to learn about new subjects in depth. Instead, get yourself some go-to answers and a broad general coverage of likely areas in the hope that some of it will stick. Questions started to be written as soon as the last World Quiz Championships finished. There will be questions related to the last year, but due to the verification process and the process of agreeing the final questions, it's unlikely there'll be much, if anything, from the last couple of months. With any given subject, anticipate the likely non-Anglophone answers. This is the World Championships after all. You cannot expect all answers to be about people who are British or American or generally English speaking. Pay attention to countries or regions that don't compete in the WQC to a great extent. China and Japan, Spain, Africa, Central and South America, these are all seen as neutral territory, favouring no particular country. If you're more of a pop culture player, there are probably greater rewards to be had in focusing on the more traditional genres where the canon changes little from year to year, and this learning will pay dividends going forward, more so than trying to cover off all pop culture bases. But if you're strong in the traditional canon, concentrate on recent developments in those areas before moving on to the pop culture arena. The quiz itself, there are 8 genres, and this year you won't be able to drop a poor genre. So it's even more important to be able to pick up the level 1 and level 2 questions in your weak subjects. As I said before, you don't have time to learn new subjects in depth, but you can prioritise some topics to get an overview of and an idea of what's important or significant. These will give you your go-to answers. So there we have it. It's a fool's errand to try and ace the WQC from a standing start. To do well and compete to the top, you have to be internationally minded, hungry to learn, and work ferociously hard. But in a quiz with so many players, 1 or 2 extra points could make the difference of 100 or more places.
So here's a quick recap. Don't study things about your own country. Find your go-to answers. Don't worry about very recent things. Find the non-Anglophone angle. Look out for neutral content. Be strategic about your strong and weak areas and focus on basic level 1 and 2 knowledge in your weak subjects. And best of luck. And if you want more tips on how to prepare for the World Championships, then look at this playlist here.